Hello and welcome to the preview show where this week we're looking ahead to the Lithgow Tyre and Exhaust Caledonian Riders Championship. Easy for me to say, Mitchell.
Yeah, I'll let you take the lead on that one.
Joining me to look ahead to that is Mitchell Davey, of course, who'll be in the field this coming Friday. But this is what's coming up on this week's preview show. Thing we're previewing here is the Caledonian Riders Championship. 12 riders vying for the inaugural championship on Friday. Mitchell, of course, you're going to be in the field. You looking forward to it now that you've seen the full lineup?
Yeah, it's a cracking lineup. I don't think there's going to be an easy race on the night. So it's going to be all business. We need to get in, get the job done, and at the same time, I'd like to use it as practice for the upcoming home matches and things like that. But I think
still want to win.
Yeah, you want to win. I'm the only home rider apart from the local Scottish boys. So ideally would like to win it, being the first one as well. But yeah, it's hopefully, and that'll boost my confidence around Armidale and give me that track time that I need.
Let's take a look at the full lineup now. As you say, we've put together what we think is a competitive field there, Mitchell, but it's probably from the first stage of this event. This seems a wee bit more of an open field. I think there's more contenders in this field. I mean, I think about half the field would have realistic ambitions to walk away with the championship.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone would sign up to the meeting if they didn't think they could win it. So, everyone's going to be, going for the win, or with the first ambition of at least making the final. It's where you want to be. It's to get your name out there. For all the boys who don't have, like a National League team spot. It's perfect opportunity, and for myself being like a reserve, and you got other boys who are reserves in the championship, or maybe even second strings in the championship. They want to use it as practice and put themselves out there, I guess, for a shop window for next year.
As you said, we've got some local youngsters involved in the field as well. We've got Kieran Douglas, Kev Whelan, Ryan McDonald, Dale Lamb, all in the main meeting. Of course, we've got Blair Smith and Lewis Miller down at reserve. But on the evening, we're going to have 15 heats, and that'll be the main meeting. So you'll have 12 qualifying races, 2 semi-finals and a final. But from the bottom 4, they're going to go into a junior event with the 2 reserves. So we'll actually have a semi-final and a final for the Junior Riders Championship as well. So we're going to have nigh on, I think that's 17 heats plus a couple of demo races throughout the meeting as well. So I think all in all we'll have about 20 races on the night, and for the value of £9 if you book your tickets before Thursday at midnight, it's a bargain.
Yeah, you'd be silly not to. It's it's good to see Speedway at that price. I think that's sort of the price it should be at. It's more inviting for people to get through the door, and hopefully we provide some good entertainment. We get new people in through the door, and we get some more full-time Speedway fans.
Of course, Ed, straight off his birthday bash last week, we hope he isn't too hungover, will be in attendance for all the kids, and we have got a lot going on for kids on Friday evening. Of course, we've got the face painting and bouncy castles available, so we want to make this a big family event. So grab the family, get them all down. Really, as Mitchell says, we've reduced the prices, no excuses, get yourself down. It should be a cracking evening of racing. Every heat looks very competitive as well, and as we say, as we look at the younger guys involved in the meeting, it's a chance for them to kind of mix it with some of the guys. I mean, you look at Shelby Rutherford, Tom Woolley, they're experienced National League riders, but perhaps maybe Dale, Kev, Ryan would be looking to kind of get a scalp there, so to speak.
You got to, I'm sure that will be their, their intentions. They've also got the thing; it's their home territory, isn't it? They, I'm sure they won't want English lads coming up to steal their thunder. So, they got to look at that. You get your name ahead of them. If people see it online or are following the updates or whatever, it could open a world of opportunities for them, and get them really going in the National League, and be the next, Scottish big hitter.
Heat 5, Corty Garcia, Eric Riss, Richie Worrell and Max Clegg. Pretty sure Eric Riss moved there too quickly. It's actually Garcia who leads. Clegg got pushed out at the first corner, which is happening all too frequently, and now Eric Riss has got a tough job on his hands here, with Garcia looking good out in front. He hasn't had too many good meetings round here, Corty, but he's certainly looking good here. He did score well at Redcar last night. Here's Eric going for a big run. Nobody's making much ground. Into the last lap, and the Bears comfortable. Chris has got close to Worrell, but not close enough, and it is a 5-1. So it's a bit up and down this match. The Bears close it up again.
Of course, there's a few guys in the field here, Mitchell, who are experienced, got a lot of Championship or Premier League experience in the past. I'm thinking Mason Campton, who stepped in this week. We thank him for basically signing up at the last minute. Who's basically got 3 or 4 years now of racing at Premier League level. Maybe guys like James Sargent, Tom Perry, who haven't had it all their own way perhaps this season. This is a good. We appreciate their attitude towards this meeting, because they're coming here because they want track time. They're not coming to make money. They're coming because they want the track time. They want to prove themselves. Would that be really the attitude of the kind of Championship guys that are in the meeting? This is a chance for them, right? Let's win. Let's go out and try and win a meeting and kind of get paid practice, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You're going to go out to win. You're going to, but at the same time, you're going to be working on things that you might have going on. Whether it's something with your style that you want to try and fix, and put into basically race practice, because you can go to a practice track and you can feel $1 million, but until you put it in a race, you don't know whether it works. So they're going to be using that as this sort of almost testing ground, but you're getting paid to race. And I don't think anyone's going to make $1 million out of this meeting, but it's only going to be beneficial. You can try things, you can find out whether it works, and guys like Mason and that, and James and Tom, they might have issues with the track when they come there in the Championship, and they might want to just get more track time on them racetrack to help sort of dial that in and get full advantage for future use.
two riders who will be all out to win on Friday will be Cody Garcia and Jacob Buckcave, because they're two guys that have got aspirations of racing in the championship next season. Of course, Cody spent some of that season with Redcar. I think he was an injury replacement at some point, but both of them have got ambitions to be full time with championship clubs, but they're seeing this as a huge opportunity to put themselves in the window. I mean, Cody, both riders both rode in the Stars of Tomorrow meeting for that reason as well, and they're coming here, as we say, nobody's going to make $1 million out of it, but they've got the attitude that they want to come and score big points.
That's it. They're looking for the spot, you know, to progress their career, and you know they'll ride here, there, or anywhere just to get their name out there, to get a promoter to take the chance on them. So, you know, they're going to be gunning for the win more than ever, because you get your name on the top of that rostrum, and you know it could open the doors for them, you know, for championship next year.
It just goes to prove that it's not just stepping stones for the younger Scottish guys that we've been speaking about and the experience there. It's stepping stones for guys like Cody and Jacob, where they could basically put themselves in the shop window, really.
That's exactly right. You know, everyone's got they're sort of going to have their own intentions for riding the meeting, whether it's to, you know, get themselves set up for next year, or, you know, to simply boost self-confidence or things like that. So there's 100 reasons why, you know, everyone's going to be sort of going for that title, and yeah,
nobody goes to a speedway meeting to lose. No,
that's it. No one goes there to come last. So, you know, everyone's going to be trying to win every race they can and get their name out there. But, you know, and it can only benefit you winning races, and you know, well, winning an inaugural championship, yeah, you get your name on that trophy.
Exactly. Again, I would like to thank all the sponsors who kept their sponsorship in from the first staging of the original staging of this meeting as well. We've completely sold out of rider sponsorship, heat sponsorship. There's some heats even sponsored 3 times over. I mean, the response we've had from in the back, we've had from the Edinburgh fans, and even fans of other clubs. I mean, there's guys from Kings Lynn, Ipswich, that are all putting money in towards this meeting, and we need to thank a lot of people in the background for their help in setting up this meeting. It has captured the attention of the Edinburgh fans. We can see that with the level of sponsorship that we've received. I think the sponsorship units in Armadale are going to be heaving on Friday night. There's going to be a lot of people in there, and I hope they all enjoy their night. And again, you deserve it. You deserve to have a great night, because you've put into something very worthwhile. And as I say, if one of the younger guys kind of step up, get that scalp, it can only give them a wee bit more confidence going forward, and hopefully it puts their name out there for national clubs to have a look at. Because I know yourself, Mitchell, from what you were saying at the start of the season, me and Stoke are looking for a number 7, and that name just didn't come up. Nobody was jumping out of them, was it?
No, that's it. It's something, you know, you feel for the boys up here. They're not getting the race meetings to, you know, put themselves out there. They get to do second half, but no one reports on second halves or anything like that. You know, the Northern Junior League good now. You know, it's getting a few names out there and that, but it's always hard. You need sort of that better stepping stone to really put your name out there and you know, get the opportunity, because you know, people will take notice of who scores what, and you know, hopefully the phone rings for a few boys.
Heat 2, Matt Williamson, Aaron Fox, Mason Campton, the other guest for the Scorpions, and Stevie Worrell on gate 4. And Campton's away well. Worrell's with him to the corner, but I think it's Campton going ahead, and Williamson's in third there. And moved into third place. Nice pass. Track looking fairly dry. Worrell's chasing. Couple of lengths down as he gets to the last corner. What can he do? Don't think he'll do much from out there. So a good win for Campton and a second shared race.
It's a
fair start, but the two Monarchs have made a good one, but so's Coles on the outside, but Davey manages to get in front of him, and he's out in front ahead of Clegg. Coles slipping into third place there. Coles is going wide, can't he have the pace to get by Clegg? He's run into some dirt, and Hotwood slips up the inside of Coles, but it's Davey out in front. Davey, of course, has failed to win a race so far for the Monarchs this season. This would be his maiden victory in Monarchs colours in 2017. And he's well out in front now as Cole struggles at the back. Clegg just tucking in behind his team partner at the moment. This would bring the Monarchs back level with the Diamonds, of course, having a 5-1 heat victory in race number 1. And Davey looks very comfortable out front with his partner tucked down behind him. Very smooth. That's a great win for Mitchell Davey after a good start to get the better Coles on the outside, and Clegg tucks in behind him for a Monarchs 5-1. Hotwood in third place there for the Diamonds. Progressive scores are 6 apiece.
Mitchell, just to look at your, to speak to you, sorry, about your National League kind of commitments for this season. Obviously you spent the season at Stoke, you made the winter move from Coventry, you went in there as a number 1. Daunting as it probably was at that point, different pressures to the Championship really, but Stoke haven't had the most successful season in the whole world, but how have you enjoyed your season down there?
Yeah, it's great. I go there looking forward to racing every week. It's it's a great environment we're in down there, and a
few characters.
Yeah, the team's full of different characters, so you never know what you're gonna get, and unfortunately that's how it's worked out on track as well. You don't know what you're going to get from one thing or another, so problems have come about, and we haven't been as successful as probably what we had hoped, but we're still having fun. We're racing our bike and having a laugh with a good group of mates, so yeah, it's been really enjoyable to make the move down there and take the number 1 spot for them.
Obviously a few big defeats on the road, but your form away from home with Stoke has actually been impressive as well. You've held quite an impressive average. Any highlights in there? Like, I know Eastbourne at the start of the season, I think you only dropped a point as well, and I know you loved that, but any other highlights in there?
Yeah, Eastbourne, it was my first go at the track, dropped a point, went to Kent, first go at the track, got a 12-point maximum, and then to go back to Birmingham, which I've had a fair bit of practice at, and score a 15-point maximum. You can't really complain with them, but it's, I don't know whether it's like having just a new track to go to, you've got a different attitude in an aspect of you don't know what to expect. The only other track I hadn't been to was Cradley, but that didn't really work out for me. It caught me out and wasn't really gating that well that night, so we'll scrap that one, and but yeah, it's it's just enjoyable and it's really fun. There's no sort of pressure on you.
That's what I was going to ask. That was going to be my next question. Do you find that the National League's just a more relaxed environment? Really, there's more people doing it for the fun rather than the professionalism.
Yeah, that's it. You're not making a living. Well, you're doing it essentially as a hobby at National League level, and there's no pressure. There's only as much pressure as you put on yourself. But you don't win a race, you come in and everyone goes on to the next one. It doesn't really matter. So it's it takes that stress off that you have to win every race and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just fun. It's sociable as well, and you can just the tenseness in the pit area between like a National League match and a championship match it's massive. It's you don't realise the difference until you got the opportunity to do the two leagues. So it's good.
Obviously, you are a full-time professional speedway rider, as you say. A lot of guys doing that as a hobby down in the National League. But how difficult is it for maybe the younger guys coming into that to be professional if they want to kind of kick on in the sport?
Yeah, it's difficult. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on you have to have spend £10,000 on your bikes, but you don't need to. You just need good engines, a good carby, and just really keep up to date with your clutches and make sure it's all a learning process. You find things that work for you, and you know, as you gradually get them, you'll get faster and you get more confident on the bike, and you know, you got to use it as a building platform rather than, you know, having to spend a ridiculous amount of money to race, because it's not like that. You can, you know, a lot of the boys have engines that are like nearly 10 years old. I think one of my favourite engines to ride in the National League is, well, it's 10 years old this year. So, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, you don't need to spend all that money. It's just, you know, really keep on top of things and use it for all the right reasons. That it, you know, it is a development league, in a sense, to build your race time and start making some money back from your racing, so you can reinvest it and it's not so sore on the pocket.
How difficult would it have been just to race for Edinburgh this season?
Oh, it would have been massively difficult. You know, it hasn't really gone as good as I'd hoped. But you know, it's good to have the National League and, you know, to fall back on that. But you know, it's come to grips with the, you know, the speed and level of championship. It's such a hard and massive step. You know, it's always described, it's just the first step, but it's such a massive difference between the two. You need to really have everything ready and dialed in for every race you attend. You know, you miss the setup by, I don't know, like, let's say one sprocket size or anything like that, you know, you're going to get found out. You can't sort of hug the inside line and hope for the best and, you know, try the shortest way around. You've got to be on it. You've got to be, you know, have the bike set up and be on the right race lines.
Of course. Ahead of Friday's match, we're going to catch up with our regular feature now, Mike Hunter's Blast for the Past. Let's see what he has in store this week.
On the inside, it's Benji Compton, William Lawson as rider replacement, Byron Becker and Sean Sturrett, and a very good gate by the visitors there. And it's Compton and Becker with Lawson coming racing inside them. Compton and Becker lead the way, and Becker tucks in nicely as close to the line as he can get. William Lawson trying to squeeze inside him, but he hasn't got there yet, and he spins round there as Becker blocks him out. Good effort by the visitors here. Becker's gone ahead there and he's overdone it. Oh my goodness, how did Lawson miss him? And Becker went off the track, I think. Compton strays in front, but Lawson dive bombing him. Not put off by nearly running into Becker. He's trying the same route against Benji Compton, and he might squeeze through here. He has. Well, Williams very hard to hold on that inside line. So after a very good start for the Scorpions, it didn't go right for them. To Armadale this afternoon, the Sittingbourne Crusaders. This is heat number 1. Blair Scott on gate 1, David McCallum gate 2, so a big clash right away. Gary Beaton's in gate 3, and in gate 4 it's Dan Blake. And Blair Scott away well there, maybe even on the move as the tapes went up, but it's David McCallum round the outside who's actually gone ahead. Scott could burst through here, though he has, come off the second turn, and it's neck and neck as they go round the pits corner. McCallum very wide, and that's let Blair Scott through. Scott from McCallum. McCallum now getting onto the inside, and he's effective there. Blake's off the track. McCallum swings into the first corner again. Scott trying to cover that inside line, and he's pulling clear. McCallum swings a bit wider. Final turn. Scott ahead. McCallum cuts to the inside line, and he's close, and I think McCallum might have got it by about a tyre there with a great finish.
Huge thanks to Mike Hunter again for providing some classic Armadale action. All that's left to say ahead of Friday's event is, if you would like to go over to the website, if you're watching on Facebook, to buy your discounted tickets, you can do so before Thursday at midnight. Get your £9 for adult tickets. It's a bargain, Mitchell. You can't. It'd be more expensive to sit in the house and not go. That's the way I would look at it.
You know, even for all those people that go to a pub on a Friday night, you're going to spend more than £9, and
You could put £9 in a puggy.
yeah, that's it. That's a loose change that you go home with, isn't it? Or that you
Exactly.
put in a buggy. So
Get yourself down to Armadale, support this, as we say, bring the kids, bring the family.
Spread the word.
Yeah, spread the word. Face painting, bouncy castles, Ed the Monarch, and 20 fantastic heats of speedway racing, all for £9. Get yourself over, get your tickets booked, and we hope to see you at Armadale on Friday evening for a 7:30 start. But until, well, we hope the Friday focus and Saturday morning.
that's it.
We'll see you then. Night.
Good night.